In a contest that epitomized the volatility and drama of postseason basketball, the Golden State Warriors saw their narrow 86-84 lead dissolve into frustration and disbelief as the Houston Rockets unleashed a relentless 20-5 run to open the fourth quarter, flipping the game and the entire series on its head. With the final buzzer sounding, the Rockets had not only claimed victory, but had clawed their way back into the series, tying at 3 games apiece and forcing a decisive Game 7 in Houston. The momentum, once firmly in Golden State's grasp, has shifted dramatically, and the specter of joining the infamous list of 13 teams to blow a 3-1 lead in a best-of-7 series now looms large for the Warriors. Houston, a team dismissed by many as too inexperienced, too young, too raw for playoff pressure, showcased poise beyond its years. This was a team entering the series with nervous energy, with many players stepping into the postseason spotlight for the first time. But under the leadership of head coach Ime Udoka and a well-executed game plan rooted in physicality and tempo control, the Rockets not only neutralized the Warriors' weapons, but dictated the pace of the game with maturity and tactical clarity. Golden State, long revered for its free-flowing offensive wizardry and championship DNA, looked out of sorts, disjointed, and reactionary, a far cry from the dynasty that once dismantled opponents with precision. What defined this loss for Golden State wasn't just the scoreboard. It was the way the game slipped away. The Warriors settled for low percentage, contested three-pointers, often late in the shot clock. The spacing was off. Their usual motion offense was stifled, and the patented split actions that free up shooters like Stephen Curry were rendered ineffective against Houston's aggressive zone defense. The Rockets suffocated passing lanes, forced Golden State to initiate offense near half court, and made every possession a labor. Meanwhile, Houston's role players, the often overlooked supporting cast, stepped into the spotlight. They got the loose balls, dominated the offensive glass, and capitalized on second-chance opportunities with ruthless efficiency. Alperen Sengun, in particular, was a revelation. The Turkish big man bullied his way to 21 points, 14 rebounds, and 6 assists, asserting himself against the likes of Jimmy Butler and Draymond Green in the paint. His versatility, a bruiser with finesse, has only grown more apparent with each passing game, and his star is rising rapidly under the bright lights of playoff basketball. Alongside him, rookie Amen Thompson added 14 points and 7 rebounds, slashing into the lane, finishing strong, and adding another layer of unpredictability to Houston's offense. They weren't just beating Golden State. They were outplaying them, outworking them, and outlasting them. The numbers told a grim story for the Warriors. Despite getting 12 more field goal attempts, the quality of those shots left much to be desired. Golden State shot a meager 30% from beyond the arc and 41% overall, compared to Houston's relentless rim attacks and consistent trips to the free throw line. Steven Adams was a defensive anchor for the Rockets, protecting the paint with authority and altering countless shots. Even Golden State's attempt at the hack-a-Kiwi strategy to neutralize Adams backfired, as the veteran center coolly sank 9 of his 16 free throws, more than enough to maintain the Rockets' cushion and destroy any lingering momentum Golden State hoped to recapture. Offensively, only Curry and Butler provided consistent scoring threats, and while they managed to keep the Warriors afloat through 3 quarters, they received little to no help from the rest of the roster. Moses Moody had an admirable outing off the bench, but the supporting cast overall failed to rise to the moment. Without meaningful contributions from the role players, Golden State's offense stagnated, devolving into isolation possessions that played directly into Houston's hands. And then there was Fred VanVleet, the catalyst of Houston's fourth-quarter eruption, and arguably the most significant factor in the Rockets' stunning resurgence in this series. A player many had written off after the first 2 games, VanVleet has reinvented himself over the last 3 contests, shooting an astounding 18 for 27 from three-point range and delivering a 29-point, 8-rebound, 8-assist masterclass in Game 6. His veteran poise, championship pedigree, and timely shot-making turned the tide when Houston needed it most. His early fourth-quarter 4-point play was a dagger that sent the Chase Center crowd into stunned silence and electrified the Rockets' bench. Simply put, VanVleet has transformed from liability to linchpin. What's most striking about this Rockets team is their adaptability. Whether deploying small ball lineups with Jabari Smith for added offensive punch or trusting Steven Adams to anchor the paint, every strategic move by Udoka paid dividends. The Rockets' depth shone through, and their versatility gave them the edge in matchups on both ends of floor. Unlike the Warriors, who appeared torn between their identity as a fast-paced, movement-heavy team and one relying on ISO-heavy possessions through Butler and Green, the Rockets played with a clear sense of purpose and cohesion. Now, with the series tied and the pressure squarely on Golden State's shoulders, the narrative shifts entirely. The Warriors are no longer the dominant force seeking another finals berth. They are a vulnerable team on the brink of collapse, trying to salvage a season that was once full of promise. Houston, meanwhile, is surging with confidence, armed with youth, athleticism, and a collective belief that they can dethrone the dynasty. Game 7 in Houston is set to be a cauldron of intensity, emotion, and legacy implications. The Rockets have flipped the script, and the Warriors must now fight to avoid a chapter that would redefine their postseason legacy.